I thought that was just part of his gross, nasty skin.
No! What?
They actually did change how he looked like in his base form, because like remember in Z when he has like those purple like shoulder
Yeah,
pads
I know
on,
what you're talking about, yeah.
and in the movie he didn't have those.
Yeah.
I found interesting.
And it's Christopher Ayers doing his voice too, which is cool.
Gross. Bring back Damon Mills or Linda Young.
They're not going to do Linda Young. They might do Damon Mills.
Well, Damon Mills is better than Chris Ayers, so bring him back.
But he sounds pretty close to Chris Ayers, and he's
a better Chris Ayers. He does Chris Ayers better than Chris Ayers does.
Shit, dude.
The voice was a little lower. I don't know if it's because Chris Ayers is still trying to recover. And I think I heard a little bit of the same thing during, so far, what they've dubbed with Frieza being in the Tournament of Power. Because I know they're just scratching the surface on that, but I still think it was pretty Frieza.
I was like, gross.
What if they got Neil
Okay.
Patrick Harris to do Frieza?
You know what? Sure. Do it. Get Mark Hamill to do Frieza, why not?
He could do a good Frieza.
But he does his fucking old-ass Majima voice.
Yes.
It would probably be some sort of offshoot of the Joker, but I think he'd actually be a pretty good Frieza.
Yeah.
Surely someone has made a video taking Joker clips and putting them over Frieza. There has to be.
If not, you should make it.
Yeah. I'll have to find a good clip of Joker.
But, alright, so... With that, we get into the big meat of it. The story and characters.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Broly's tits.
Well, he still has the exploding titty attack, and that made Tom very happy.
They are still big and meaty.
Like...
My daddy tried
okay,
to suck
so-
my nipples. I didn't like it.
So-
I told
so this
Bob.
is
He said
gonna-
he'd suck my nipples.
Ryan, shut up. So this is gonna be very freeform from here on out. So...
Alright.
But I guess I'll start us off. Here's some context, okay? In that interview with that animator, he said, and again, it's a slight paraphrase, but it's almost word for word. He said, had the animation team adapted Toriyama's script word for word, the movie would have been 3 hours long.
3 hours long?
3 hours long.
Good lord.
And so they decided to cut it down to 100 minutes. And I reiterate, you can tell watching this movie.
Yeah.
At least to me. Like, maybe you guys didn't and you're like, no, it flows perfect. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, I don't know. But for me, just little things I noticed really led evidence to shit getting cut. Especially in the opening prologue. Because, like, this movie is 75% a fight scene.
Right.
So
yeah.
you can tell, like, they cut nothing out of the fight, and they cut everything out of, like, the backstory and shit. Or at least that's the impression I get. But, because, like, that opening prologue was the part I was actually really kind of enjoying, but at the same time I noticed they were just doing, like, story beat after story beat after story beat, like, bam, 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 and just kind of having you assumingly fill in the blanks.
Right.
And I kind of understand it because from a Dragon Ball fan standpoint, if you know anything about the story and lore, you will fill in those blanks. But, like, from a movie standpoint, from a one-shot storytelling standpoint, a lot of that stuff doesn't really connect to or lead to anything. It just happens. Like, you know. So that was kind of miffing me a bit, honestly. And two, you can tell that, or at least the impression I get, it was definitely also supposed to be more significant in not just Broly, because he is meant to be the main character of this movie, but also Goku, because, like I said, one scene that our crowd cheered at was the very end. And meanwhile, like, yeah, I was clapping along because I liked the movie, but, like, for that specific moment, I was like, are you guys cheering for the movie or this moment? Because if you're cheering for this moment, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
Because, like, spoilers, at the very end of the movie, Goku was like, and Broly, call me Kakarot. And I'm like, what, why? Like, fuck,
Me too.
Like, I was like, because he didn't learn anything about his origin. He didn't fucking get his memories back. He didn't fucking, like, learn some undeniable truth and fully accept his birth name. Like, so fucking what's the point?
It's funny you mentioned that too, because while I was trying to avoid spoilers on YouTube, one of the ones that I remember seeing, and I think honestly, looking at the app, because I didn't actually watch the video after seeing the movie, but I looked at the preview image, and it's like, Whis tells Goku about his past, and Goku remembers! And for one, I'm thinking,
that doesn't happen in the movie at all.
Exactly, and I remember thinking like, oh, because I saw that before the movie, like, oh, that'd be cool, so I have something to look forward to. And
then it doesn't happen, you're like, what?
That, and I also did...